The Boston Celtics just demolished Golden State by 52 points. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at the film to see exactly what happened. Now, to start the game, the Warriors had a pretty bizarre defensive game plan. They started off the night just letting Jaylen Brown walk into uncontested jump shots. Now, to be fair to Golden State, Jaylen Brown this year is shooting below 34% on all his wide open jumpers. So in theory, a game plan like this could possibly work. But in this game, it didn't take long for this to backfire. In the first quarter, Brown quickly put up 19 points. And many of his buckets were wide open practice shots. And once those were falling, Brown was able to pick up a rhythm, which led to him knocking down more difficult jumpers like these, where Jaylen's pushing the ball in transition, and he brings the ball up to his pocket and sinks his way down into his right foot, which pushes Draymond Green's momentum back and gives Brown the space to rise up. And Golden State was also ignoring Jaylen off the ball. On this play, you'll see Tatum playing a two-man game with Horford. And notice how Green slides across the paint and completely ignores Brown in the opposite corner. So in response, Jaylen is going to cut into that open space and draw the foul. Now, the real force behind Boston taking control of this game was their defense, and it all started with how they defended Steph Curry. Throughout the first half, the Celtics were picking up Steph right at half court, and Boston's size, length, and mobility did give Curry some real problems. On this play, you'll see Brown picking him up behind half court. And from this spot, Brown has the ability to both step up and get in Curry's airspace, to then slide and stay with his burst off the dribble. And he's able to force Curry to dribble into traffic, which leads to him frantically throwing the ball away. I also thought Boston having a defender in Curry's face the entire game really took away his rhythm, and it led to Steph having some uncharacteristically bad misses.
Curry's three, off the mark, out. Curry's three, no.
The Celtics' switchability also gave the Warriors' offense some real issues. On this play, you'll again see Steph being picked up as soon as he crosses half court. And to free him up, the Warriors are going to have him come off this ball screen towards the middle. But from this spot, Jason Tatum is more than comfortable stepping up and guarding Curry out 30 feet from the basket, both having the length to contest any kind of pull-up and the foot speed to slide and stay in front, to then force Curry into an awkward off-balance fadeaway. And the Celtics being able to switch with all five guys on the court forced the Warriors' offense into a standstill. And Boston has the personnel to defend one-on-one as good as any team across the league. Right here, you'll see them switch this handoff with Chris Paul and Looney, and the Celtics are also going to switch both of these off-ball screening actions, and the Warriors aren't able to create any kind of defensive breakdown, which leads to Kuminga trying to play one-on-one against Jrue Holiday, which I don't think is the kind of offense Golden State is looking for. And then all these missed shots and turnovers for Golden State gave Boston the opportunity to run and play in transition. And this is where the avalanche really started. The Celtics throughout this game scored a total of 42 fast break points. Now, it's obviously really hard to defend any team in transition, but the Celtics are especially hard to deal with because they always have multiple shooters and playmakers on the court, which means anybody has the ability to both take the ball coast to coast or spot up and drain an open three.
Opportunity for the Celtics. Pritchard connects on a three.
And the Celtics playing with pace also allow them to attack these cross matchups. Right here, you'll see Holiday pushing the ball on the break. And notice how Steph is going to slide across to stop the ball, and Chris Paul is going to sink down to protect the paint. But watch how Jaylen Brown is going to duck in and put Paul underneath the basket, which opens up an easy catch and finish. We can see the same thing here, where the Celtics' pace doesn't allow Golden State to get matched up, which forces Curry to now guard Al Horford in the paint, leading to another easy 2 points. And then Boston's combination of shooting and playmaking carries right over to their half-court offense, where they're able to leverage that outside scoring threat to spread out the defense, which then gives their stars space to play in isolation.
Here's Tatum. Whips it in. Jason Tatum.
One of the big advantages for Boston is that they have multiple players who can pretty much play every spot on the court. And the perfect example of that is Jrue Holiday, who both has the ability to be a traditional point guard, but can also make plays like this, where he sets the screen for Tatum, then dives towards the rim like a center. And from this spot, he has the size and length to score over the Warriors' smaller backline defense. Now, as the game was going on, one of the adjustments Steve Kerr made was to go small in order to get his offense going, but that led to the Double J's physically overwhelming them in the paint. On this play, notice how the Celtics pull the only non-big out of the paint, and as soon as Tatum beats the first line of defense, he's able to easily bump his way to the basket like he's playing against a bunch of JV players. So while we can't take away too much from just one game, I still think it's pretty safe to say that the Boston Celtics have plenty of firepower both offensively and defensively to give any team across the league some problems. And at this point, they are the clear-cut favorite to come out of the East. If you want to support this channel directly, feel free to check out my Patreon for exclusive breakdowns. But regardless, I still appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one. The Kids here.